This is an incredibly interesting time. In the beginning, when it was just centralized in Wuhan, China, you could start seeing the impacts there. Impacts that you've seen are a decrease in carbon dioxide emissions, and then also a decrease in nitrogen dioxide emissions.
People are driving a lot less, people are flying a lot less. And so those two factors have resulted in a reduction of greenhouse gas emissions.
It's like the ideal that that the betterment of the earth can come at the expense of like human life. Even though air pollution in China went down, it was because all of society shut down and tons of people dying.
I'm not going to take the view that like life is not sacred, but I do think that this is teaching us a lot about the way that we work and the way that we live, and that it's not sustainable.
Some people are responding to this by saying like, oh, look, humans are the virus. Our position is that that is not acceptable rhetoric.
So mainly they come across on Instagram, and then I know that a lot of people see them on TikTok too. They are just known for reposting content.
Me and fellow activists like talked about it for a bit, and we had to remember like, okay, we like this can seem like a good thing, but it could be fake, or it could be people spreading eco-fascism as like a good thing.
You know, this talk about like saying humans are the virus, the swans and dolphins, are kind of in the same boat of eco-fascism.
I know, especially when it comes to environmental stuff, that it's really important to check the source. So I'm not always trustworthy right away. I don't put a lot of weight into things that I see on social media. Especially during a hard time like this, people want good things to see. They want positive, uplifting stories like the swans are back in Venice.
I think most people want to have good intentions.
People want to see that nature is resilient and that nature can bounce back from what we've done to it. So it's just definitely a fine line between what's real and what's fake but has like a positive spin. It's better to have no good information than false good information.
The system as a whole is what needs to change. The coronavirus pandemic has exposed like all of the other inequalities in our system. In Kansas City, we have a lot of food deserts, which means like some people have to drive, a couple miles to like get to a grocery store to get their food. The Black and brown communities in Kansas City that have experienced environmental racism by being forced to live near, coal plants and power plants have higher rates of asthma. So they're more at risk for COVID-19.
We also want people to remember, hey, just so you know, the climate crisis is still a thing, and like it's still happening and it's not going to go away.
The hurricanes aren't going to stop. The wildfires aren't going to stop. And we have been experiencing wildfires in Kansas, actually. The flooding in the Midwest is not going to stop either. I worry about what will happen if we're still dealing with coronavirus, and then we have all of these people displaced or economically devastated further due to these climate-caused disasters.
I think that if anything, this whole experience has taught us we can live without things that we didn't think we could live without. So many of those things that we thought we couldn't live without are things that can have a profound environmental impact.
Understand that there is an opportunity to significantly improve and change things if we get to work now.